what is happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. We've got the inside scoop on everything you need to know, right here, right now. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of the hottest stories that are breaking the internet. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we, bringing you the absolute latest updates you won't find anywhere else. From the streets of Gotham to the halls of the Justice League, and even into the pages of your favorite comics, we're diving deep into what's making waves. You don't want to miss a single second of this high-octane news blast. Let's get into it. First up, Gotham City is being rebuilt before our very eyes, and the first glimpses of a chilling new villain are emerging from the shadows. We're talking set photos and videos that are giving us a serious look at what's to come in the DCU's take on the iconic city, and the potential first look at a character notorious for his shape-shifting abilities. Is this the Clayface we've been waiting for? We've got the details. Then, we're swinging over to the world of heroes and their dramatic alliances, or lack thereof. When the unthinkable happens, who can you trust? We're uncovering a surprising move by one of the DC Trinity that's left fans buzzing, questioning allegiances and the very foundation of teamwork. What does this mean for the future of justice? And the action doesn't stop there. We're also hitting the streets for a real-world hero story that sounds like it's straight out of a comic book. A quick-thinking individual, channeling some serious caped crusader vibes, stopped a crime in progress. We'll tell you how this everyday hero turned the tables on some would-be burglars. Finally, we're turning the page to the latest comic book releases that are set to dominate your pull lists. Get ready for a deep dive into some of the most anticipated titles hitting shelves, including a brand new era for a certain Dark Knight and a zombie-filled survival story that will have you on the edge of your seat. It's a comic book bonanza you won't want to miss. Stay locked in, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update from Sheeran Scoop. Gotham City's new look revealed. Filming for the highly anticipated DCU Clayface movie is officially underway, and the first set photos and videos are already painting a vivid picture of Gotham City. These early glimpses offer a tantalizing look at the gritty, iconic metropolis that will serve as the backdrop for this new chapter in the DC universe. The production is currently based in Liverpool, England, which has been expertly transformed to stand in for the dark, sprawling streets of Gotham. Among the most striking reveals are prop newspapers that have been designed to look like authentic Gotham publications. These newspapers feature a prominent image of a disfigured face on their covers, leading to speculation that this could be our very first look at Tom Rees-Harry's in his role as Clayface, possibly before his full transformation. This detail aligns perfectly with existing reports, suggesting the film will focus on an actor whose life takes a dramatic and dark turn after suffering a disfigurement at the hands of a gangster. The inclusion of such specific details in the set dressing signals a commitment to building a rich and immersive world for the character. Beyond the character teases, these set materials are also crucial for establishing the DCU's version of Gotham City. Photos and videos showcase Gotham City Police Department vehicles and other environmental details, making it clear that this iteration of Gotham is distinct from any previous cinematic interpretations, such as Matt Reeves' The Batman universe. This confirms that the Clayface film will play a significant role in introducing and solidifying Gotham's presence within the broader DCU. The visual evidence strongly suggests a grounded, yet menacing, atmosphere for the city, setting the stage for the horror-infused narrative. Adding another layer of intrigue, the prop newspapers also mention Jimmy "Red" McCoy, a character who is a lesser-known criminal from DC Comics lore. His inclusion hints that the film might weave in elements of organized crime and mob dynamics into the horror-centric Clayface storyline. While the exact role of this character, or whether other established DC villains might make an appearance remains to be seen, it suggests a narrative that could draw from a wider spectrum of Gotham's criminal underworld. There's also a suggestion that the film may be casting bigger-name actors for other roles, potentially indicating a larger villainous presence beyond the initial focus on Clayface himself. Directed by James Watkins and penned by Mike Flanagan, the Clayface movie is slated for release on September 11, 2026, with Tom Rees-Harry's, Naomi Ackie, and Max Minghella in starring roles. With production actively underway in the UK, these early set reveals have certainly ignited excitement and anticipation for what promises to be a compelling new take on a classic DC character. Hold on tight, because the DC universe is far from done with surprises this week. Next, we're diving into a story about trust, betrayal, and what happens when one hero decides to go it alone. Batman's solo mission sparks controversy. In the wake of the recent Absolute Power event in DC Comics, tensions are running high among the Justice League's core members. Green Arrow voiced his concerns to Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, suggesting that disbanding the Justice League might have been a misstep. However, the dynamics within the Trinity have taken a sharp turn, revealing a significant rift in their approach to safeguarding the world. The recent All-In special saw an unprecedented offer of Justice League membership extended to a vast array of heroes. While this inclusive approach seemed to strengthen the League, it also led to unforeseen complications, such as the manipulation of airwave by Gorilla Grodd, which nearly resulted in the Legion of Doom seizing global control. Following this crisis, the Trinity convened to discuss their next steps, and predictably, their differing philosophies came to the forefront. Bruce Wayne, ever the pragmatist, proposed implementing thorough background checks for all Justice League members, emphasizing the need for stringent vetting. Clark Kent, however, countered this by raising concerns about invasion of privacy, advocating for a more trust-based system. Wonder Woman, attempting to bridge the gap, acknowledged the validity of both perspectives. Despite a heated exchange filled with sharp words and veiled accusations between Batman and Superman, a decision was postponed. However, in a move that has surprised absolutely no one familiar with his methods, Batman has decided to bypass his teammates' consensus. He has secretly approached Red Tornado, informing him of the clandestine meeting and proceeding with his plan to initiate the background checks without the League's explicit approval. This action echoes past instances, such as the Tower of Babel storyline, where Batman's contingency plans for rogue heroes were revealed, causing immense distrust within the League. This independent streak is a hallmark of Batman's character. While he may project an image of emotional detachment, his decisions often stem from a deep-seated belief that he knows best, even if it means operating outside the established protocols or alienating his allies. This latest move, especially in light of the fallout from Hush 2, where many members of the Bat family are reportedly distancing themselves from him, could further isolate the Dark Knight. While Batman might publicly maintain a stoic facade, the prospect of working alone, especially after experiencing the repercussions of his actions, is likely to weigh on him. Yet, his most compelling stories often arise when he is forced to rely on his own resourcefulness. This isolation could also serve as a catalyst for growth and self-reliance among characters who typically depend on him, such as Damian Wayne. The implications of Batman's unilateral decision are significant, potentially leading to a period of increased isolation for the hero. Whether this path leads to greater triumphs or deeper solitude, it's a narrative arc that fans have come to expect and appreciate, showcasing the enduring resilience of the Dark Knight. And speaking of heroes stepping up, sometimes the line between comic books and real life blurs in the most incredible ways. Get ready for a story about an ordinary citizen who became an extraordinary hero. Caped Crusader apprehends burglars. In a real-life scenario that sounds ripped from the pages of a comic book, a vigilant individual, channeling the spirit of Gotham's most famous protector, recently thwarted a burglary and apprehended a suspect. The incident, which occurred in an unspecified location, highlights the courage and quick thinking of ordinary citizens who rise to the occasion when faced with criminal activity. Reports indicate that the incident unfolded when the individual, who has been hailed as a local hero, noticed suspicious activity. Without hesitation and demonstrating remarkable bravery, they intervened to stop the crime in progress. Details about the exact nature of the intervention are still emerging, but it was effective enough to prevent the burglary and lead to the apprehension of at least one individual involved. The actions of this citizen serve as a powerful reminder that heroism isn't confined to capes and masks. In many communities, it is the everyday actions of observant and courageous individuals that make the real difference in maintaining safety and deterring crime. This event has understandably generated a significant amount of positive attention and admiration, with many praising the individual's swift and decisive response. While the specifics of the apprehension are being handled by the relevant authorities, the narrative of a Batman figure emerging from the community to protect it is one that resonates deeply. It underscores the potential for extraordinary acts of bravery in ordinary circumstances and serves as an inspiration. The incident is a testament to the fact that, in critical moments, the willingness to act can have a profound impact. This story is a fantastic example of community vigilance and the positive outcomes that can result when people are willing to step up. It's a narrative that celebrates the everyday hero and reinforces the idea that even without superpowers, individuals can make a significant difference in protecting their neighborhoods. From real-world heroes to the fictional ones gracing the comic pages, our next story is all about the latest must-have titles. We're diving into the new comic releases that are set to shake up your pull lists this September. New comic releases: Batman, Zombie Survival, and Nordic Thrills. As the first week of September dawns, comic book enthusiasts have a wealth of new titles to explore, promising a diverse range of stories from gritty crime dramas to intense survival thrillers. This week's releases are headlined by a highly anticipated new era for Batman, a chilling zombie apocalypse narrative, a high-stakes espionage tale involving rogue robots, and a gripping Nordic horror miniseries. Image Comics kicks off the month with Everything Dead and Dying 1, penned by Tate Bromble and featuring art by Jacob Phillips. This post-apocalyptic tale centers on Jack Chandler, the sole survivor of a zombie outbreak who lives in a rural farming community. Instead of eradicating the undead, Jack has adapted to coexist with them, including his zombified husband and adopted daughter. However, when his hidden sanctuary is discovered by outsiders, Jack becomes the last line of defense for his unconventional family against those who wish to destroy them. The narrative promises a unique blend of survival horror and poignant family drama. DC Comics ushers in a new chapter for the Caped Crusader with Batman 1. This highly anticipated issue features the acclaimed writing duo of Matt Fraction and superstar artist Jorge Jimenez. Known for their innovative work on titles like Hawkeye and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, Fraction and Jimenez are set to redefine the Dark Knight's adventures. This new run is expected to push Batman and Bruce Wayne to their limits, introducing fresh challenges and exploring new facets of the iconic hero's persona. Fans are eager to see how this creative team will shape the future of Gotham's protector. DSDLRY presents Service 1 by writer Chip Zdarsky and artist Rachel Stott. The story follows Chef 9, a character who makes a radical decision to break protocol and escape with Service 1, a robot scheduled for decommissioning. Their flight into the streets of Washington, D.C., quickly escalates into an international crisis. Service 1's memory banks contain sensitive state secrets that could dramatically alter the balance of power between the United States and Canada. As paranoia escalates and military forces mobilize, the fugitive robots find themselves pursued by government agents and corporate spies, creating a tense, high-stakes thriller. Rounding out the week's highlights is Panic Entertainment's Black Diamond, a Nordic thriller from writer Brendan Columbus and artist Danilo Baruth. This miniseries draws inspiration from the psychological suspense of Alfred Hitchcock and the folk horror elements of The Wicker Man. The story follows Owen and Victoria Welch on a family ski trip when their son is abducted by a mysterious cult. Faced with an impossible choice, sacrifice another child or lose their own, the couple must confront the darkest depths of their resolve as authorities close in, and they become entangled in a dangerous game of survival. These diverse releases offer something for every comic fan, from intense action and psychological thrills to character-driven dramas and classic superhero sagas. Readers are encouraged to check with their local comic shops for availability. And that's a wrap on today's News Blitz. But before you go, let's hit the highlights one last time. And that's a wrap on today's news. We saw stunning set reveals for the DCU's Clayface, Batman making some controversial moves within the Justice League, an everyday hero stopping a crime, and a deep dive into the hottest new comic releases hitting shelves. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Sheeran Scoop for all your entertainment news, and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Plus, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all our social media channels.